Lancashire County Council's objective is to create a place where everyone matters. In order for everyone to matter properly and set their place fully in society in the way that we would like, it means that they've got to have the opportunity to be able to live more independently, to get round and about more independently, and to take up the opportunities that are available to everybody else in society in the same kind of way, albeit with some support or some facilities that we can help you to provide. We believe that that is important for adults to be able to get some mobility, to be able to access employment opportunities, to be able to do more of the normal things that other people take for granted, that sometimes people have struggled to have the facilities or the wherewithal to be able to achieve that. This video will help demonstrate to you and to those around you that that is possible, and that there are some examples that you can see of other adults that have got themselves more mobile, that have been able to achieve more independence and been able to take up some of those opportunities that you might have thought were not possible or not as easy to achieve as we can help you to achieve going forward. We hope that you'll benefit from these and that those around you will benefit from them as well.
Travel training is for anybody at any stage in their life, whether they leave it. Some people have the opportunity at school, some people do it when they become older. It's a tool that we can use for anybody at any age when they're ready to do the travel training.
Travel training is obviously something we've been focused on quite closely here at the Day Centre. We're recognising that adults later on in life can travel independently, whether that be to a leisure activity, to a paid job or some voluntary work. We've been using our person-centred reviews to identify where that can happen and how it can happen. We've obviously had to liaise quite closely with parents. You know, there's quite concerns and fears around that, and what's this going to mean, you know, going out there where traditionally someone's been supported on travel care transport provided by the council. Suddenly you're into another world of, you know, a lot of risks, what's going to happen, what are the dangers. So we've worked quite closely with parents on that, had dialogue, and explained the process, what it involves.
At first I thought he never would be able to do it, and I was really scared to let him go. But with all this help Ian had, he achieved it. Russell from Lancashire phoned me up one day and he asked me if I would agree to let Ian go on the bus to Burnside, where he got a little job. And at first I wasn't so sure, but then I agreed, and he had a lot of training with going on the bus. Somebody went with him on the bus and showed him how to get on, off, and what to do. And then after 6 weeks, maybe 7, he went on his own, but they still watched him for a few weeks till they were 100% sure it was okay. And he was, and from now on he's going on the bus on his own every Thursday morning. And he comes home, he gives me a ring when he gets off the bus on his mobile and says, I'll be home in 5 minutes. So I know he's on his way and I can relax. Got a job at Stana now, a voluntary job, and he has been trying to go on his bike there, which is really good, which he's enjoying a lot. He had about, I think, 4 to 5 weeks training on his bike, and they didn't let him go on his bike till he was ready, and they were sure he was safe on his bike. So he done all this now, and he feels really good. Makes him feel important that he can go on his bike like everybody else does.
Well, initially we were very apprehensive about Alison travelling on public transport by herself. Of course, Brenda encourages, and one or two other people, which would help Alison if she got a job. So therefore it would be like necessary to travel independently. She gave training, and then eventually confidence grew in Alison and us, and we just take it from there really. She's a lot more confident now. Well, she's always liked meeting people, but more so now. Gets on with all the customers at McDonald's. They come and visit Alison, see how she is, just pop in and say hello. And she has a little chat with him, and yeah, she's doing very fine that way. Well, at one time, we wouldn't have dreamt of letting her go on her own, but now, there's no worries. She has her mobile, and so I think her mobile's given her a lot more confidence as well, knowing that she can get in touch with us directly.
Alison was referred to me from the centre, the Riverbank Centre that she was attending. She had had a job with Littlewoods in the cafe, which she'd really, really enjoyed. But that job had ended when Littlewoods closed. So Alison knew that she liked the cafe work, and she knew that she wanted a job, but she wasn't able to travel independently. I discussed this with Alison and also with the assistant manager here at Riverbank. Well, we felt that Alison had the ability to travel independently, but Mr and Mrs Reynolds were just very uneasy, very concerned about that. So Shan, the assistant manager, went to see them to see if they could discuss the issue of Alison learning to travel independently by bus. After the discussion, Mr and Mrs Reynolds were willing to give it a go. That meant that the area that I could look for a job for Alison in expanded tremendously. It meant I could look on a bus route and not just a place where she could walk to. We found her a job. We found her a job in McDonald's, and so with Mr and Mrs Reynolds' agreement, because they were involved and informed all the way through, we then looked at the bus routes that would get Alison there. They actually organised the travel training in real time, as it was, while she was going to the job, using the bus routes that she was using to actually get there.